Hi everybody, today we're going to do a quick tutorial on how to use a program called GarageBand. First thing you need to learn when using GarageBand is how to open it up. So we're going to go over to the dock and we're going to click on an icon that looks like a guitar and open that up. It takes a couple seconds to open up, so while we're waiting we'll talk about what GarageBand can do for you. In GarageBand you can make different audio clips that either tell a story or do musical effects or really kind of a lot of different things that will give you the ability to use either your voice or music with whatever it is you're doing on your computer. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open up now a new project, and I'm just going to choose to do a podcast, and I'm going to go ahead and choose that. So in choosing a podcast, now I've got an area here where it's going to open it up. The podcast is going to allow me to use mainly just my voice, but also allows me to put some music in there behind my voice. So the first thing you always want to do when doing a new project is name it. So this one is going to be tutorial, and I'm just going to put GB for GarageBand, and we're going to go ahead and do create. You see the rest of the stuff down here with tempo and signature. You're just going to go ahead and leave those alone for the most part and create. So it's going to open up a GarageBand for us, and again takes a couple seconds. Now as you open it up, you see we've got the podcast track, we've got a male voice, a female voice, and we've got jingles. Jingles allows us to put different types of little music clips behind it. But instead of doing that, usually what I do is come over here to audio, and I go out there and I find any music that I have that's in my iTunes account, and it gives me a bigger availability to put music into my podcast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the female voice. And by choosing the female voice, because I'm a female, it's just going to take that voice and it's going to try to even it out and give it some better sound. In creating the podcast, very easily done, all you're going to do is come down here to the bottom bar and you're going to look at these buttons. The buttons we have here are rewind, fast forward, rewind to the beginning, play, and record. So the first thing we need to do is go ahead and record. So I'm going to choose the red button and push record, and that's going to record everything that I have to say while I'm speaking for us. And that's going to give us the podcast that we need. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to hit the stop button now, because at this point my rewind to the beginning button has turned into a stop button, and I'm just going to click on stop. I'm going to rewind this to the beginning, and then I'm going to say okay, I need to put a little bit of music behind that, and I'm going to come over here where I've already pushed on my audio and I've grabbed some music, and I'm going to see if I can find something that I like. We're going to throw in old time rock and roll, and all I have to do is grab a hold of that and drop it at the beginning, and it's going to pop that music right in. I didn't have it all the way to the beginning, so I can just take that and scooch that right on over just like that, and that music is now in with it. Okay, so if I push play when I am not doing a screencast, that's going to give us the music and the voice together. Now one thing we always want to make sure that we do is we want to make sure that we open this up and we see the track volume. I do this manually because I like the way it sounds manually a little bit better. I'm going to click on a button in the beginning, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on another button. And then I'm going to click on another button on here. What this allows me to do is it gives me some places to adjust my volume. I'm going to adjust my volume when it gets into the point that I really don't want to hear the music as loudly. So I'm going to move my voice over and give us a little bit of chance to hear the first part of the song. And then I'm going to bring this, and I'm just going to bring the volume all the way down. Now I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to look at where my voice ends. I'm going to click on this track of music because I don't want it to be this long if my voice isn't this long. It's just taking up space. So I'm going to put my pointer right here to where the end of my voice is. And then I'm going to come up to edit, and because I have the track of music selected, I can go ahead and split that track of music. And then I can click on the part of the music that I do not want, and I can delete. Now, I can come back in here, and I grab a hold of my music bar, and I make a couple more buttons, and I'm going to come from all the way down to back up to the normal spot again, and my music will fade back in. If I rewind that to the beginning, you can see that I've now got my voice, my music, which will play, and I've got my music selected so that it goes down while you're listening to my voice and back up when you're not listening to my voice. So that just gives you a real quick idea of how GarageBand is going to work. To save your project, you're just going to go up and click on File, and because we've already named it, you can just click Save, and we have it under control. Close out of GarageBand. Do we want to save with an iLife preview? I'm going to say no this time to save time, but usually yes, go ahead and do that. And we are done. Thank you very much for watching the GarageBand tutorial.